Why? Why? Why, you Shifu? Why do you do this to me? I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to face you. No. Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, and welcome to our week 4 battle in FIPA. This week we're going up against Sfeel, coach of the Scarf Sfeels. We did face him last season, so hopefully we can pick up a W against him. I can't remember. I think we narrowly, luckily bet him last year, if I remember correctly, but I could be wrong. So, look, I'll take a lucky win, honestly. But yeah, we're up against him this week. He's doing quite well. He actually was by everybody else in the Discord server, well, not by everybody else, by the analysts in our Discord server for this league, was the #1 team post-draft power ranking. So everyone kind of likes him. Everyone kind of likes his chances this year. But hopefully we can pick up a W and continue our journey into making playoffs this year. And hopefully we can do that. If we manage to win today, go 3-1, 4 weeks in, that's huge. That's humongous, I think. So let's see if we can do it. And look, we'll see what happens. But yeah, his team, as you can see from here now, consists of Yoshifu Single Strike, Mega Slowbro, Gengar, Mamoswine, Rodent Heat, P2, which he picked up after we dropped it, Galarian Weezing, Noivern, Pharaoh Seed, and the Camerupt. Obviously, guys, Yoshifu Single Strike, we used that last season in FIFA. It's a monster, and I'm heartbroken. Honestly, I'm heartbroken that we have to go up against it. It's devastating. And look, the bandit set just runs over us. It really does run over us. It's not easy. There's a couple of ways we can skin it. But the real issue with Yoshifu against our squad is that Tapu Fini would be ideal against it, because only Poison Jab is the only move that I want to be dealing with Tapu Fini. But the problem is that Bandit Mamoswine is a big issue too. Then if I don't have Tapu Fini as the Mamoswine answer. So you kind of see where I'm getting with here, you guys, that it's going to be quite difficult for me to be able to balance out everything and kind of figure it all out, if you know what I mean. Like being able to pivot between Yoshifu and Mamoswine, that's going to be huge. So those are it's just his offense is very, very scary because of that, and it just puts a humongous amount of pressure on us. But hey, look, hopefully we can deal with it, and we have to be able to break through his walls too. Mega Slowbro is a big problem, P2 is a big problem. So hopefully we'll be able to break through his walls. Hopefully we'll be able to cause a little mischief and mayhem. And look, hopefully we'll pick up the W. But yeah, with that being said, let's get up into our team. First things first, we're bringing Morgan, our Tapu Fini, again this week. And it's going to be slightly similar to what we did last week in bringing a taunt set, because we want to be able to taunt that Mega Slowbro and that P2 and stopping it from being able to teleport out from us, so we can just trap that and force our opponent then to go for hard switch against our Tapu Fini. So that's the idea with the Tapu Fini set. Enough Fizz Def to be able to just deal with a Choice Banded Yoshifu when it's locked into CC or Wicked Blow. So that it's not a 2-hit KO. It does roughly around 40%, and then Poison Jab does depending you know, on the hit, but roughly 55%. So it's still going to be a 2-hit KO, but with the lefty's recovery, we'd be able to kind of come in, take it, then pivot around and kind of go for kind of tackle from there onwards. The 76-inch Split is to allow us to make sure that we can deal with a Life Orb Hurricane from a Noivern. So if you kind of a Life Orb Hurricane from a Noivern, so we kind of come in, we can sponge the head, click Moonblast, and really scare it out. And then we just have the Scald as our stab move for the Rodent Heat, so that doesn't get free switching, and then Knock Off is just a pure nuisance move, and then that's it. That's Tapu Fini, and hopefully it can do the work. Next up we have Mushroom, our Among Us, and I'm bringing full Fizz Def this week, and this is going to be the Yoshifu answer. I know I just talked about Tapu Fini being the Yoshifu answer there, and originally it was built to deal with that, but the issue I just described a few moments ago, saying that Mamoswine's a big issue as well, has meant that I'm forced to have my Tapu Fini as the Mamoswine answer, and I'm forced to have Among Us then as the Yoshifu answer, and it's not a good situation regardless, you guys. But yeah, I'm bringing the Rocky Hammer set this week, so when he kind of clicks buttons, he's going to be taking a good chunk of damage off us, and then we could be able to revenge kill it really easily. Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Stomp, Tantrum, and Spore is the moveset. That's one of the main reasons why I'm bringing Telepathy on the Tapu Fini instead of the Misty Surge, if you guys spotted that. I want to be able to spread a couple of statuses around on our opponent, Spore being one of them. I'm able to put one of these Pokemon to sleep. It's massive for us, particularly because Pharaoh Seed is his grass type. Now, if he brings Pharaoh Seed, look, we'll deal with it. But being able to just Spore that thing and being a bit of a nuisance, that's Spore other things and being a bit of a nuisance, that's the idea. But yeah, this is Among Us. Hopefully it does the work. Next up, I'm bringing Beast Orlando T, and it's going to be slightly different this week. Hallelujah. I'm bringing a soft best set with a lot of SPDEF, and this is mainly going to deal with the Noivern, the Galarian Weezing, the P2, the Rotom Heat. You kind of catch my drift here. We're going to be able to just come in with Orlando T and just deal with it, like just cause an absolute nuisance to it. Bringing U-Turn, Knockoff, Stone Edge, and Earthquake. I am torn between Smackdown and Stone Edge here, if truth be told. But I think the Stone Edge is better because it allows us to hit the Noivern a little bit harder. So I'm going to rock out the Stone Edge, even though Smackdown will be quite valuable here as well. But yeah, I think U-Turn, Knockoff, EQ is just beautiful coverage. And we'll be able to come in on those special hits, kick moves, and we can kind of go from there. Actually, do you know what? I am going to bring Smackdown. I'm making that last change. I am going to bring Smackdown because if the Galarian Weezing, rather than Misty Terrain, is Levitate, for some reason, I don't want to be, it just becomes hard to deal with. I'm bringing Smackdown over, and that's that. Yeah, there we go. Last minute changes, After that, I'm bringing Paladin our Aegis / this week. It's first time I'm not bringing sub, you guys, but it is what it is. Shadow Ball, Close Combat, Shadow Stick, and King Shield is the moveset. And you see the EV spread and all the craziness there. Look, I don't want to kind of dive too much into it because it is quite complex. But basically, we have enough special attack to make sure that we can 2-KO Fully Fizz Def Slowbro. We have enough attack where we are able to deal with the P2, whereas the 2-KO. And then we have the Shadow Snake to be able to enable us to pick a couple of things off. The King Shield, so we can pivot around in our King Shield form. The speed is there to ensure that we're able to outspeed, like say, P2s and a couple of other bits and pieces that we can speed creep. And then the rest is just into that bulk so that we can sponge the hits. Because Aegis doesn't get too many free switch-ins here, so we have to kind of pivot around, bring this thing in, and then allow it to break. But yeah, this is the set. Hopefully it does the work. The one thing we have to be very, very careful of is that we cannot afford to click King Shield on the Urshifu. Like, we just can't afford to click King Shield on that Wicked Blow because Urshifu, is believed, will break through the King Shield. So King Shield is there to allow us to pivot around, say, Mammoth Swine and a couple of other bits and pieces, but for scouting purposes and to get lefties recovery, but we can never click King Shield in front of the Urshifu. We just can't do it. Benefit of actually using Urshifu, thank God, because that would have been something that I probably would have forgotten had I not used Urshifu extensively. Next up, we're bringing Zeus, our Thundi, and this is going to be one of the main Pokemon I'm going to be hoping to do real damage with and hopefully win us this game later on down the line. Knockoff, Thunderbolt, U-Turn, and Focus Blast is the moveset. We're bringing enough speed to outspeed the Gengar, and that's it. That's basically it, you guys. Bring the E-Belt for just a little bit extra power output, and look, that's it, you guys. We'll just be a little bit of nuisance where I knock off our U-turning, and then T-Bolt is our main offensive move for the Slowbro, and Focus Blast is there for the Mammoth Swine and the P2. And last but not least, you guys, we are bringing Humby our Palpitoad, Stealth Rock, Toxic Scald, and Icy Wind. I know, yeah, we're bringing it. It's wild. We're bringing fully SPDEF as well. This is just another really good SPDEF wall for our opponent's team. We're not going to be relying on our Lando T to be able to come in on the Slowbro. Palpitoad can come in on Slowbro, get Toxic, get rocks off, and just be a nuisance. We have the Icy Wind there for the Noivern, so we have another Noivern answer. This thing generally does work. I personally wanted to bring lefties on this because I actually thought we have enough SPDEF without the lefties, but my front office is adamant we have to bring Evolite. So we'll see how it goes. This thing will be on like a limited time unless we can get a water resort, but I think we'll be fine, and we'll just give it a go. But yeah, you guys, that's the team. Let's get up into the battle. Alright, you guys, here we are in the battle. As you can see, we have Urshifu, Slowbro, Gengar, Rotom Heat, Noivern, and the Pharaoh Seed. Interesting not to see the Mammoth Swine. Mammoth Swine was problematic for our team, so I'm kind of happy not to see the Mammoth Swine, but Gengar is a little bit scary. We're doing the Palpitoad and the Lando to kind of deal with that. Rotom Heat is a little bit scary. The Noivern, we're going to have to kind of play around with that, but we bought a very bulky team to kind of deal with this. Pharaoh Seed being there is kind of like, really? We're going to have to deal with that, but we have brought a couple of knockoff users, so hopefully that will work. Now, as regarding to who or how we're going to deal with this team, part of me kind of wants to deal with Lando, predicting, say, a Mega Slowbro here. Another part of me is kind of wondering, do I want to do something else? Does he leave with, say, the Pharaoh Seed? That could be annoying, to tell you the truth, having to just lead with that, but I think he may want to lead with the Pharaoh Seed. If I'm being honest, I really do think he wants to leave with the Pharaoh Seed or the Slowbro. If he leaves with the Urshifu, then we can pivot around it. But I think he needs the Pharaoh Seed or the Slowbro. And that would kind of have me wanting to leave with the Aegis Slash just to get the hit off. If he brings the Rotom Heat, then It's a real tricky one to start with. I could go and leave it with the Thundy as well. This is a really hard start, you guys. I do think though, overall, we're probably best leading with our Lando. I think leading with Lando is our best overall, and we can pivot around it from there. So I'm going to leave with the Lando, and we'll just see what happens. Alright, the chat is going wild that we actually see Ferrocene and Palpatine in the same game. It's wild as well. I'm like, why did he get the pro? The 2 1-point Pokemon. I was like, yeah, we're coming out today, you guys. Alright, here we are. And we see the Slowbro leading off right at the start. That's okay. I am just going to U-turn here on the Slowbro. I have no problem with this. We can U-turn into like our Aegislash here very, very freely. I could also U-turn into Palpitoad and just get a hit off essentially, or just get rocks off really, because I think that might be the nicest. So I'm just going to go into Palpitoad and just get our rocks off. I think that's probably our best bet as we see the teleport. I'm pretty sure he had to Mega Evolve there. But maybe not. Maybe he doesn't. If I had gone into Aegislash there, that would be crazy. Let me just double check there. No, he's all good. He's able to do that. That's fine. That's okay. I don't particularly want to sponge a hit here off this thing, so I would much rather... I think he sets up his hazards here. Yeah, I'm just going to set my rocks here, I think. I just see the knockoff. I'm okay with that. Now that I've seen that, kind of want to go out to my Thundy and start scaring this thing out a little bit. I wouldn't mind going to Lando either. So I think we might go into Lando. I know obviously losing that Avoda early sucks, but it is what it is. Me going for a knockoff here is quite tasty, especially considering he's got nothing that wants to sponge and knock off except for that Slowbro, and the Slowbro kind of comes in. I'm okay with that. I can come into the Aegislash then on the pivot. So I would much rather just get our knockoff here off here. If he decides to pivot around this, that's fine, I think. Obviously, I kind of stuck going for the knockoff there, but I was certain he was going to go for his hazards, and he went for it the second time. I don't know if I really like that trade, but I think we're okay. Truth be told, like as long as I keep that Palpitoad for the Slowbro, I think we're all right. Obviously this Ferrocene is a problem. Like it's a real problem for us. The sooner we can kind of deal with it, the better. But I think we'll see. If I can get rid of this guy's Evolite, that's huge for me. I think because I can knock it off. I think he has to decide who does he want to take. Actually, he does give me this. I'm fine with that. I think I'm perfectly fine with that. Even though he does get that off, I'm cool with that. I wouldn't mind going out into... If I can go out into Mungus here, I know I lose my Rocky Helmet, but I can also start hitting this thing a little bit because he can't touch me. And I'm a little bit more happy about that, I think. I don't want to go into my Thundy here too early, and I don't really want to go into my Aegislash either, so I think I will go into my Mungus. But just getting rid of this thing's Evolite, that's quite nice. As we do switch out, if we see him switching out, that'd be interesting. We do see this thing kind of coming back in. I am going to go... I would not mind going out into Aegislash here. Part of me kind of really likes it, but I don't really want to do it just yet. I think this is a free Spore, so I'm going to go for the Spore. If he goes back out into the Ferrocene, I'm okay with that. I think we just go for this, as he does indeed go back out into Ferrocene. I'm okay with that. That's fine. I am going to go for the Stomp and Tantrum though, as he goes for the knockoff and takes a little bit more damage. I'm okay with this. Let me see, what do you want to do after this? Because this thing being worn down is pretty slick for me. Because I can pivot out here, like no issue whatsoever if I pivot out here. Let me go for the Stomp and Tantrum again as he goes out into Rotom Heat. We see the boots on Rotom, which is fine. I'm going to go out to my Palpitoad. Whatever this thing wants to do, my Palpitoad can sponge the hit. So I'm not going to monkey around here too much. I got this Ferrocene down a little bit low. This thing may want to defog these rocks away because it's slowly becoming an issue for him. And I'm okay if he wants to defog because I haven't brought defog. I've brought my Palpitoad here to be a bit of a nuisance, and that's what it's here to do. So let's bring the Palpitoad back in. If he pivots around, that's fine. We figure it out. This Slowbro, granted, look, he has his Mega Stone, so I don't need to worry too much about it. But if I can get the Aegislash in sooner rather than later, the better. When can I get Aegislash in? It's probably about trying to get the Lando in on something of this ilk. Actually, speaking of Lando, do I want to go into Lando T here? Or do I want to go into Palpitoad? Keeping Palpitoad around. I think we stick with the Palpitoad. We can sponge any hit from this thing. And it's boots, not spec, so I think we stick with that. he goes right back out into Yoshifu, which is a little bit of a nuisance. A little bit of a nuisance. Deja Vu, I like the name considering what happened to me. I will go back into Mungus and we see what we see the damage. That's what we gotta do. We gotta go back out into Mungus and see the damage. As we see U-turn, I know it did 26%. Yeah, he's banded body. That's good to know. That's good to know. And we forced him to take 6% of damage. Okay, so at least we know that. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Again, this will have to force in something else. So we'll see what it forces in. Maybe the Pharaoh Seed. But I don't think he will bring the Pharaoh Seed because that will allow me to go for the Stomp and Tantrum. So I think he's forced into the Rotom. But we'll see what happens. Like every single time he goes out into this Yoshifu, I'm going to be able to get my Mungus in. It'll slowly wear him down, slowly wear him down, slowly wear him down, and that's all we want. That's all we want. Brings in the Noivern. Okay. He brings in the Noivern. Cool. I can bring in, I have a couple of Pokemon I can bring in here, to be honest. He's boots as well, so that's something we need to watch out for. I'm not going to bring the Feeny here just yet. I would like, do I bring the Toad again? The Toad does so much, it's ridiculous. Like, it's just absolutely insane. I think we do bring the Toad because it just we take less from rocks. So we bring the Toad and we go for the Icy Wind or the Toxic. As you see, the Hurricane does 38%. I am going to go, I think he stays in. So I am going to go for the Icy Wind. I think he stays in, so I'm just going to go for the Icy Wind. And see what happens. I wish I had boots on this Thundy now. Really wish I had boots on that Thundy, but I'm just going to stay in. As he goes to the Draco, he was not kidding there that time. He was like, forget about this, which is fair. I am going to go out into, I think I can go into Lando here. This is a little bit unfortunate, but I think I can go out into Lando and I can click the Smackdown. No matter what comes in, should be able to like beat it between, even if it's the Ferrothorn. Like I can just click the Smackdown. Hopefully we would be able to two-shot with the Smackdown, although I doubt it, but I'll be able to click the Smackdown here and we will be able to see what happens. He might want to go out into Slowbro, in which case I would not mind clicking U-turn. Is he a Slowbro or the Rotom Heat here? Oh, is he a Slowbro or the Rotom Heat? If we go out into, if I click Smackdown, the Slowbro kind of comes in and we're back to square one. I think that's his play every time here. Whereas if I click U-turn, I'm able to pivot around from Slowbro into Aegislash. Aegislash then can get off a Shadow Ball and hits everything bar the Yoshifu. So I think I'll have to U-turn here. Because this thing outruns my whole team, so you want to keep the Noivern around, so I think we have to click U-turn here. I think we have to click the U-turn and see what happens. I think he goes out into the Slowbro and we just pivot around. Sucks we lost the Palpitoad when we did, but no way around it. As he does indeed go out into Slowbro, perfect. We're just going to get that U-turn. Thank you very much. That's a pretty big juicy hit. Gonna bring in my Aegislash here. We are going to do some craziness here. Now, what do you do? Here we have to make a read. Do you go out into your Yoshifu and click a button, or do you go out to Pharaoh Seed and sack that? I think clicking Shadow Ball here, regardless on the Yoshifu, is worth it. He does go into this Rotom Heat, and that does take a lot of damage there. I'm just gonna go for the King Shield. I want to scout what he wants to do here, because I know he's boots, so just figuring out what he wants to do, get myself back into shield form. Whether it goes out into Yoshifu or not, that's fine. We get a nice little bit of damage off. That Slowbro, a little bit of nuisance, but it is what it is. I suppose that's the reason why Mega Slowbro is a lot better in this kind of format, where you don't have to Mega turn one, you can Mega at any point you want. He just has to carry the Mega Stone, so that does make Mega Slowbro far more reliable, because he can just regenerate, just come in and out as he pleases. But we do have our Aegislash in, so I think we just go for the King Shield, because I don't see what read he makes here other than maybe going for the Volt Switch or the Overheat. I don't want to bring in my Lando here just yet. I kind of would rather just wait and see and go from there. I think I'll go from there, especially now that we got Rotom a little bit more weakened. So my thought process here, guys, is that we're just going to go for the King Shield with our team weakened. Like Thundy is still a very good option for us. Still a very good option for us. Now, can I live this? And I'm just trying to think, can I live this and hit this thing with a CC? This is a roll. Now, he's got a 6% chance to kill me. He's got a 6% chance to kill me. And if he doesn't, then the CC will do over 50%, and then the Shadow Sneak picks this Rotom off. I think I have to click CC. I'm going to gamble it. as he goes for the overheat. It does 76. He's not fully invested. That's fine. We're going to go for the CC. We do 40%. And we go for another King Shield just to heal ourselves back up. That overheat did 75%. As he's rest. Is he rest sleep talk? I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that at all, truth be told. I think that's actually pretty much a disaster for us. I'm going to go into Orlando. Lando's kind of free here. He might want to pivot around, but if he does, then we'll figure it out, you know? We'll figure it out. Our Tapu Fini can be used a little bit more freely here. Outside this Amoonguss. Man, that sleep talk set on the Rotom, I'm just like, ugh, little bit of nuisance. We took the big hit there in order to get a huge chunk off from Rotom. He's got a little bit of bulk. It looks like he is not invested in attack whatsoever. Not invested in attack whatsoever. So, looks like, or special attack. So, it looks like he might be bulky. But we're going to kind of come in here and we're just going to see what he goes for. He goes for the sleep talk. He goes for the overheat. We eat that up. Now, whether or not he goes back out into the slow, I've read it before. I'm going to go Smackdown. I think he goes Ferocity this time. So I'm going to go Smackdown. We'll see what he wants to do here. He's definitely going to preserve this because I don't really have... Well, I have Tapu Fini, which arguably I could have brought in here at this point, but I want to keep Tapu Fini and Amoonguss alive so that Urshifu can't just lock into Wicked Blow and CC as he sees fit. He has to be careful with what he locks himself into. Fun times, fun times. Because he has U-turn, he's going to have the poison jab for Tapu Fini, and then he's going to run the dual stab in close combat and Wicked Blow. So at least I know he's set effectively. As I see the Slowbro come back in, ooh, fine, 10%. Now last time, I'm just trying to think, how am I going to break through this? Rotom Heat, it's a bit of a nuisance. It's a bit of a nuisance. I could go out into Tapu Fini here. I think I will U-turn and go out into Tapu Fini 28%. Just tasty. We're going to go out to our Fini. And I want him to go out into the Ferocity. We can taunt it and just... He goes on to Gengar. That's fine. That is fine. We can go... Actually, this is not great at all. This is like a nightmare scenario, but... Is it worth taking this hit just to get the Scald off on Gengar? The reason why I'm asking this is because if I can get... The way I see us winning here, guys, is by keeping something around for the Noivern. Maybe this, to be honest. He might go for a sub here as well, which is kind of meh. I could knock here as well. Actually, I think we go for the knock. And we go for the knockoff. He goes for the Shadow Ball, making that read. That's fine. We're going to go for the knockoff. Big hit. Off goes your choice specs. Okay, cool. Cool. Right, now that I know you're spec, you're something else other than that, that's fine. You are more likely going to go for the poison type attack here. I'm going to go out into Lando at this point, and we'll see what we get. We'll see what we get. We get the Sludge Wave. That's a roll. Oh, fuck me. Fuck me. I'm going to go for the knockoff. Or if I go... Yeah, I'm going to go for the knockoff. If he gets the roll, that's fine. But I'm going to go for the knockoff. Because even if he goes out into the Slowbro might be coming at 50%. He's going to go for the Shadow Ball. That's, to be fair, he's not choiced anymore. So that is the play. Now, you're within range of a Shadow Sneak. So I have to come in here. And I'm just going to take the Shadow Sneak. If you let this thing go down, don't blame me. Do you let this thing go down? You have to Rotom Heat there. My Tapu Fini's not going around. Ooh, I don't know if you do or not. That's kind of interesting. I need to get Thundy in a little bit, I think. We lost Lando, we lost Palpitoad, so we are losing our special answers here. At least I have the Fini for the Noivern. Alright, and it's healthy enough. He does actually decide to save his Gengar there, which is fine. He's got one turn of sleep already. Part of me would like to go for the King Shield here. Another part of me is thinking, do I let Thundy kind of come in here and do the business? Because if I can get rid of this guy's rocks, then this is not a pivot anymore. This thing's just not a pivot anymore. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. Part of me would not mind going out into Fini. Like, no, like, I ain't lying, you guys. This is a problem. And to go out into my Thundy, I have to hope that this thing does not click over here. I would just go knock off and hope. I think you have to do it. I think I have to do it. I think I have to hope we just do not get a bad one here. Well, okay, we still live, and I still have nothing. Just getting rid of this guy's boots here will force this thing to not be switching anymore. As he goes for the Volt Switch, does pick us off. It's unfortunate, but at least this thing is going to be punished from now on. He will probably bring the Yoshifu here. It's not looking good here. I won't lie. I won't lie. How am I going to win this game? Gengar's low. It's picked up by the Aegis Slash. I could break you with the Aegis Slash. The Yoshifu I have to pivot around for ages. I could pick you off with the Aegis Slash when you come back in, I'm pretty sure. If not, Tapu Fini kills you. Noivern, Tapu Fini can beat. Ferroseed. I think we go out into Aegis Slash here. And I have to go out into... He has to click the He has to click the Wicked Blow here, I think, or the Poison Jab. So I'm going to go right onto Fini here. And if he makes that read, so be it. He does click the Wicked... Oh my god. Damage that thing does. I'm going to go for the Boom Blast, but he should pick me off. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Actually, that was horrible. I should have kept this thing around. Oh. But I had no easy switching. Now, I could Spore. I think I do Spore. I am going to Spore. I'm going to Spore something that comes in here. If it's a Ferroseed, we would beat it with the Stomp Tantrum. And we live to fight another day. But I gotta Spore something here, I think. Unless I go for the... Because if the Spore fails, I can knock him out with the Stomp Tantrum next turn. And if we can get into the Rotom Heat... In comes Ferroseed. I'm cool with that. Now... I'm clicking Sludge Bomb, predicting the Rotom Heat. Actually, yeah, we click Sludge Bomb, predicting the Rotom Heat. If he stays in... No, does he stay in? Does he have need of this thing anymore? Sludge Bomb. He's got too many Pokemon that say... Like, he's got too many immunities. So we just click the Sludge Bomb and hope we can catch something. That's what we have to do here. In comes the Noivern. Yeah, predicted. Grab the Poison. That's kind of unfortunate, to be honest. It's kind of unfortunate, to be honest. I'm going to go back down to Aegis Slash. I see a Flamethrower. That's fine. It's GG's. Oh, it's GG's. Didn't quite work out for us in this game. Do you know what? I think I was too defensive of my build. Maybe I have to have. I have another review of this later. Now, personally, just didn't quite work. I've been so busy this week. I maybe didn't give us enough detail. Maybe I need to have got more offense. Maybe I just should have put Mega Medicham on this and be like, because then Ferroseed, the Rotom Heat, like I hit those things every single bloody time, and even if there's a Slowbro there, I'm smacking that with a Toxic. Oh, like I could bring Toxic on it. So maybe there's that with it. Do you know what I mean? So. Hey, look, we'll hopefully try and claim a kill here, like, because I got to keep the diff, but I wouldn't be surprised if I saw. There's the Hurricane hit. There's the Confusion. We do break through it. We do snag a hit. There's a chance where he just kills there. That's fine. We do get 6-0 there. Unfortunately, guys, it happens. I just think maybe the bit wasn't right. But GG to our opponent's field. He's a top battler, and that was everyone's favorite after the draft to win. It's just a tough team to deal with. So. And we just didn't deal with it too well. But yeah, it is what it is, you guys. That's the battle. It is unfortunate. But yeah, look, we'll live to fight another day. And hopefully we can bounce back next week and get back to a winning record. But yeah, GG to our opponent. Go check him out. I'll have a link to his draft league profile in the description down below. And yeah, there's not much else I can say there, you guys. I'll review the battle, obviously, myself when I edit. See where I went right, where I went wrong. But yeah, is what it is. I'm going to wrap it up there today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please click the like button down below for me. If you want to see more action on this channel, please click the subscribe button and the bell icon. It's free, why not? And yeah, on that note, I'm going to get on up out of here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.